No team has had more great finals moments than the Boston Celtics. But Red Auerbach's team had never even been to an NBA Finals before 1957, the season they added a center named Bill Russell. Russell was born with a genius for the game and blessed with the physical gifts to go with it. He immediately transformed the Celtics from a good team into a great one, spearheading their defense and anchoring their fast break.
I was a perfect fit for them because my game consisted of doing things that made my teammates effective. If a guy's not a good defensive player, here's what you do. You approach him this way and send him to me. I'll be waiting for him. Just send him to me.
Russell was not only the team's catalyst, he was their emotional leader.
Russell used to become physically ill before every ball game, and if we heard that he wasn't ill that particular night, Red Auerbach would stand up and say, "Russ, go into the men's room and throw up." That's how much he gave of himself to win.
Russell had unwavering confidence. He thought he was so good that we should win every single game that he played in.
West all alone. Look at Russell come down. And what a play by Russell!
Then sooner or later you began to feel the same way. But that was Russell's gift.
Their teamwork was born of their undying belief in each other. And as they began to build an NBA dynasty, it was their mentality that created the fabled Celtic mystique.
It's all over. The Boston Celtics are once again the world champions.
Year after year, individual superstars would try to dethrone the Celtics. Future Hall of Famers like the Lakers' Jerry West and the high-flying Elgin Baylor. Or the NBA's most dominating one-man force, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia 76ers. But year after year, the Celtics would find a five-man answer to every one-man problem.
There were several occasions we thought we were going to win. We had an opportunity, but it just didn't happen.
It's all over. And there they go. They've won it again.
We had a mentality that we never lost a game. Time ran out on us because we always felt that we could win. And I think that having that type of mentality allows you to produce those miracle finishes.
Greer's putting the ball on a play. He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it over the sand goal. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over. It's all over.
Boston won an amazing 10 NBA championships in Russell's first 12 years. But as the 1960s were drawing to a close, it appeared that the Celtics dynasty was dying out too. By 1969, Russell was 36 years old, the only holdover from the Celtics' first championship team. Even Red Auerbach had retired, leaving Russell as player-coach. Injured and aging, the Celtics limped to their worst regular season record in Russell's career. What seemed like a hopeless cause then looked impossible when the already powerful Lakers engineered a stunning trade in anticipation of finally defeating Russell and the Celtics in the finals.
With guys like Jerry West and Elgin Baylor, I feel very, very happy that I'm being traded to a team that I believe may stand a chance to go down the record as one of the best teams in basketball ever.
The drama wasn't so much whether Wilt and the Lakers could beat the Celtics in the finals, but whether the Celtics could make it there at all.
They were even then being referred to as the old Celtics, but this were the ancient old Celtics. At that point in time, Russell was 36. They finished fourth in the regular season. They were going to be giving up the home court in each of the 3 rounds. There was no thought in anyone's mind they would get by the first opponent.
It would be Russell's Celtics' last run at a championship, and they didn't need anyone else believing in them, as long as they believed in each other.
One thing that we've always had in the Celtics is mutual respect, and we think that's the most necessary ingredient for a winning combination.
In their first playoff game against the Sixers, Russell blocked 12 shots, sparking the Celtics to a first-round upset.
It's that feeling of supporting and encouraging
You give all you have to your teammate to help him be who he can be. And that was certainly true about what Russell did for us on the court, and we gave it back.
In the conference finals, the up-and-coming New York Knicks expected to walk over the Celtics. But Boston ran past their young rivals and all the way to the finals, where the heavily favored Lakers would be waiting for their golden opportunity.
I don't think that when players come to the Celtics initially, they believe all that pride and, mystique and that type of thing. But with the Celtics, there was always a sense of we rather than I.
The Lakers raced to a 2-0 series lead, but Boston relied on some old Celtic magic to battle back and even the series at 3 games apiece.
The outside now to Sam Jones. He's good! Sam Jones!
By Game 7, the doubts were becoming as familiar as the victories.
I can't help but wonder, how do you feel about going into another 7th game, this time on somebody else's floor?
We've done it before.
Before his final game, it was the overconfidence of the opposition that helped Russell inspire his teammates one last time.
We get back out for the last game. Jack Kent Cooke was the owner of the Lakers. He put out a sheet in all the seats. When the Lakers win the championship, the USC band would play Happy Days Are Here Again. The balloons in the rafters would fall down, and Chick Hearns would interview Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Wilt Chamberlain in that particular order. Well, I took this back to Russell.
When the players came in, I read it to all of them. I says, there are a lot of things that's going on, but one thing that cannot go on, the Lakers cannot beat us. It's not something that can happen. They can't beat us. But it's going to be fun to watch them get those balloons out one at a time.
Roused by their captain's words, Boston came out flying, surprising the younger Lakers by trying to outrun them and succeeding. The Celtics built a big lead, but as the doubters predicted, they began to tire, while LA stayed fresh. The Lakers mounted a furious comeback and were on the verge of finally defeating the Celtics. But they might have known that Boston would find one last moment of Celtic magic.
Don Nelson made a shot that I've never seen in all the years of basketball. It hit the rim, and it must have gone up 15 feet and came right back down through the net. I mean, it was absolutely extraordinary.
No way should we have lost to Boston. Just no way. I mean, I still don't know how we lost to Boston. It's a mystery to me.
There was something about the Celtics that made it that they had to win. They willed themselves to victory that time. And then Russell walked off into the sunset.
And the Celtics, they have done it again. A spectacular finish.
Chris, I'm here with Bill Russell. Bill, this must have been a great win for you.
Exactly.
One more time.
The time I spent in the locker room and on the floor with my teammates was a marvelous, marvelous, wonderful time for me. From there, I couldn't go to heaven because leaving there, going anyplace else was a step down.
The Celtics